Well, I can't say destroying Heidelin was my assumption when going into the dungeon and trial mix. That was definitely a big moment overall. I think that means essentially all the primals are gone. We've at least beaten like every incarnation of one of them once, I guess. But yeah, it's I don't know if her being destroyed like made an issue like Zodiark's did though. I'm glad to see you well. If we could roughly place your soul as deep as you went, we could neither see nor hear you. The fluctuations in your ether near the end gave me quite a fright. What in the world happened? You mean to say Heidelin is... No, there's no time to feel our feelings. We must carry out Heidelin's will without delay. We'll find Medion if it's the last thing we do. If you wouldn't mind handing over the crystal, that is, the fancy navigatory one. To the edge of the universe, where it congregates the despair of countless stars, you are determined to see this through. We are. Should words fail us, we will fight to the bitter end. I know that it pains you to accept this. Would that I need ask nothing more of you. Yet we have only two means to travel the great expanse, the moon and Charlene's arc. I am all too aware that without both of them, there will be no Exodius, but nevertheless, I beg you to honor the agreement we made. The form's decision will be honored. You have earned the right to use the ship as you see fit, and I could not rescind it even if I wanted to. As it happens, I do not. I would do all within my power to aid your cause. With that settled, may I suggest you rest a while? Proving oneself to Heidelin is never easy, and despite our unparalleled genius, we need a day to make the necessary calculations. May as well take advantage of it. We could chart a course through the Sea of Stars in a single day, ye gods. Shall we head above ground for some air then? And perhaps a nap. Alright, we're all the way back here in Charleon. That certainly was a teleport. Yeah, all that's left now is the final zone, which I'm assuming we're going to. I'm guessing we're going out into space. It's gonna be a space zone. Oh yeah, I can't actually use my mount here. Thankfully it was right here, so no real worries. Yeah, we're basically right at the end now. We just have one more zone to go through. And we're maxed out on level, too. We actually maxed out quicker than I expected. I've been expecting you. I heard about your foray into the Ethereal Sea. The students have ventured far and wide, but never quite so deep as that. Are you experiencing any after effects from your prolonged exposure? Nausea? Dizziness? Hauntings? Well, have a pleasant sleep, and if you do experience any unusual phenomena, please let me know. I shall add it to our records. I'm guessing we're going to be, talking to someone again.
There you are. Some time, indeed, yes. For you, at least. Believe me, I'd meant to get some proper sleep. But here we are, drifting along instead. Well, well, you too. And so we remain, to watch and wonder. Yes, indeed. To begin, we first must see the end.
Alright, I guess we didn't actually have to talk to anybody. No, it sounded like we talked to Emek Selt's friend. I forget how to pronounce her name, but Lias or whatever? It sounded like him, I think. No, sure she had a good rest. An envoy of Master Fortnigeu's arrived not too long ago with a message. The Leopard's have determined Medion's location. We've been asked to gather at the Rostra. I'll meet you there along with the others. I'm assuming he's like right up here, right? Oh, yep, at the very tower place. I should have taken a shard. If there's one around, I'll grab that instead. Oh yeah, we could use the etherite too. I always forget about that. Everyone appears to be present and accounted for. Good. As you know, the Loporrits have deduced the whereabouts of Medion by means of a crystal beneath to us by Hydaelyn herself. The Aquarius location is a place far beyond the moon, in the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, at the edge of creation. A veritable Ultima Thule. Indeed, how then are we to reach it? An excellent question. Luckily for you, I have an equally excellent answer. In theory, with its advanced propulsion systems, the moon is capable of delivering you to Ultima Thule, but the myriad other facilities housed within would greatly impede travel through the Sea of Stars. Even the Mother Crystal may not possess either enough to bear so massive a vessel to our destination and back. However, if we integrate our Hyper Hopper into your Ether Burner, we should be able to fire things up and jump our way to the end of the universe in no time. What does that mean? Bear in mind this decision was not made solely at my discretion, but with the consent of the Forum. Hearing the Loporrit's proposal, the Forum was faced with a grave decision. To commit the Ark to this endeavor would mean abandoning both our plans to evacuate to the moon and resettle on another star. Needless to say, the proposition invited fierce debate. In the end, however, the Forum was swayed by the simple fact that Hyland believed you possessed the strength that needed to overcome this crisis. The great Exodius was, after all, a plan of Hyland's own making. Therefore, if in the 11th hour she would proffer another means by which it may to seek salvation, we'd be fools to dismiss it out of hand. Indeed, she sacrificed everything, her very existence, to avert the destruction of the star. This is why we have chosen to place our faith in Hyland, and you. The Hark will be made ready for the voyage to Ultima Thule. What of all the people that have been labored tirelessly to prepare for the evacuation? They must be furious. I would not be so sure. They have not forgotten your deeds on the Magna Glacis. Nor did your instrumental role in orchestrating the delivery of adamantite go unnoticed. No, the people do not protest, quite the contrary. They have expressed unwavering support for you and your mission. Are the Loporrits too willing to abandon the Exodius? Were you not listening when we said we were both born of Hyland's love for Aetherius and its people? If it means your survival, we would do anything to help. And you'll most certainly need help in need of our expertise where you're going. There's no guarantee Ultima Thule is a place that supports life, and otherwise vexing problem our know-how can remedy. Besides, Hyland chose us to lead the way to Meteon. Why else would she give you a crystal only we can decipher? But more importantly, we were perfectly content to evacuate Aetherius until you brought us here, RJ. And now we're enamored with the place, so what choice do we have but to save it? Of course, none of this is possible without you and the Scion, so I must ask, are you certain you wish to do this? Ugh. Well, we've come this far. Very well, we should inform the Forum of your decision, and begin preparations to bolster the Ark with the Hyper Hopper. The Loporrits will coordinate with the Isambard contingent to have the necessary components transported via the Tower of Babel. Of course, it will take time until the work is complete. For now, pray take your ease. It would seem there's naught to do but rest and prepare, shall we? Alright, and I think we got a choker, didn't we, from the, thing we did? Yeah, we did, okay. So go ahead and take that, why not? Huh, that didn't even change our, didn't even give us the 545, that's pretty unfortunate. I'm gonna go ahead and get us out of here. Ere we depart, we must leave nothing undone. Quite, though it's difficult to conceive of how one can best prepare to brave a domain where Dynamis governs all. Nevertheless, Hyland deemed us worthy of the trials that await. For lack of any feasible options at this late stage, let us trust in her judgment and face Meteon as we are. Which leaves the not so small task of coordinating our efforts here to you and Tataru. If all goes to plan, we'll be back before you know it. I certainly hope so. We'll be praying for your safe return, and mayhap it will affect the Dynamis for the better. With that settled, we should get some rest and make the most of the time we've been afforded. Hmm? The meeting's over, is it? You were in there for so long I started to worry. What did they have to say? The edge of creation, I see. Rest assured, everything will remain in order until you return, and you will return. Actually, Naren, can I borrow you for a moment? Looks like your plans for the inner term are decided. When the two of you have finished, meet us back at the Baldesion Annex, alright? Come with me to Agora. I have something to show you. Is it another costume? Would be kind of neat to get a costume this late in. Something more spacey. I know the Lopperts are hanging around here too. Welcome, Naren, to Taro's Boutique. I've always done my best to provide a science of fashionable attire, but in your case specifically, I made an extra effort to strive for the most functional yet stylish clothing one could ask for. Not that I'm playing favorites, but you are the Warrior of Light. Faced with this unprecedented crisis, I knew you need an ensemble unlike anything I've created before, and that I wouldn't be able to do it alone. And so after enlisting the aid of the world's finest artisans, I finally completed my career-defining masterpiece. But then inspiration struck, and I saw a golden opportunity just begging to be seized. With the help of some Thavanair refugees, I decided to set up shop here in Charlian. Of course, I would never charge you for any of our works, perish the thought. Varasud, how are things coming along? Everything is in order, Mr. Taro. We're ready to open shortly. Which is why I brought you here to be our very first patron. Would you mind waiting here a moment longer? Alrighty. Let's open this and see how it goes. Guess we're gonna be meeting some people out here, I assume? Maybe some old friends? I didn't expect to find you here. Yeah, it's Vitra. I imagine Inhana would also wish to offer her regards. Alas, after deleting her dragon skills to engineer, she remained to assist with her work on the ether burner. This Silocrom, too, will stay in Charlian, while I oversee matters in Razahan. It's a rather convenient means to keep abreast of developments pertaining to the final days or anything else. Also allows me, after a fashion, to watch over my people in this distant land. Varshan, I was hoping you'd stop by. I can't thank you enough for allowing your artisans to work with me here at the boutique. Please, as I should be thanking you, this establishment has restored a sense of normalcy to their lives. You have blessed them with newfound purpose, and by means to which to support themselves in these troubled times. What's more, that when they at last return home to Razahan, the experience and knowledge they have gained in your employ will no doubt prove a boon to the artistry and commerce of the land. In fact, I came here to see how your new employees were settling in, and to express my gratitude for granting them this opportunity. It's an opportunity for me as well, believe you me. Your artisans have taught me so much about Thavanian craftsmanship. Their resourcefulness and ingenuity are nothing short of inspiring. Can't wait to see what kind of wonders we come up with. I pray your every success in your endeavors, Mr. Shitaro. Before coming here, I heard word of the forum's decision, of what will soon be attempted. It was only then I finally understood why my father called this star the last bastion of hope. Indeed, it was the last bastion, for the flame of every other star he encountered had likely been extinguished. In the boundless dark, the light of brimming life must have been blinding in its splendor. You journey unto the heavens to protect that light. May the scales of my kin serve you well. I have faith you will prevail and restore peace and tranquility to the star. Or that Avon when we're alive to see it. I will not see a sacrifice squandered, nor shall I rest until Razahan has returned to its former glory. Forgive me, but I must take my leave. Fare you well, and remember, the people of Star have not yet given up hope, and neither must you. Let's see who else pops up. Oh, where must I go to get a meal with some flavor in this wasteland land of taste? Darn, old girl. My, whatever are you doing here? A new boutique, you say? I've been meaning to expand my wardrobe. Yes, something with a little more flair, perhaps, befitting a man of my station. But I have nowhere to fly, said Railman, so long as my confinement continues indefinitely. I, the young Lord Fourtemps, insist that so long as there is work to be done, no matter how trivial, I must abide here in Shallian. Thus do I toil, though every fibre of my being rails against it. Why, I even suffered the company of that brute Silkard, to see supplies transported in a timely fashion. Yet he was the one granted leave this morning to participate in some supposed covert operation. So I suffer instead for his, otherwise welcome absence, now burdened with extra busy work. Without Honorat here, there is no one to prepare my meals. Came here in hopes of finding a nice cafe, perhaps, alas the Shallian delicacies I sampled were lacking in every respect. If a hearty meal is what you're after, I'd suggest the last stand. The cafe over at the pier. The cuisine didn't appear all that appetizing, but... If you vouch for their cooking, then perhaps I'll give it a try. Thank you for the suggestion, and ta-ta for now, old girl. I decided not to be cruel to him. That Arkan loaf does things to people. I'm guessing we're probably gonna get at least one more. Well, is that Narn and Tataru I spy? Yeah, it's Hancock. Hancock, what are you still doing here? You said you were returning immediately after dropping off your cargo. Yes, that was my original plan. After all, my expertise required aside from the delivery of goods is well beyond my purview. But what man of entrepreneur would squander an opportunity to study the markets of the northern seas? Why not, I'll return straightways to Kokani once I'm finished. Of course you would find a way to turn this crisis to your advantage. She wounds me, the industrial woman running a new boutique. I'm not blind to the travails of those who fight on the front lines to deliver us from ruin. Indeed, I have every confidence that you will succeed, and I would make myself and my business ready for the return. If you believe in them so devoutly, then why not put your money where your mouth is? Fair enough, Tataru, fair enough. There's a lot more I can do to help ready the Ark and her heroes for their maiden voyage, but on your return I shall host a grand celebration in your honor at the Bakaro Inn. Combinations are quite costly given the reputation of said establishment, but the East Aldernod Trading Company would be honored to foot the bill. Will there be lemon cakes? Oh, woman of tart taste, I see. Yes, there'll be lemon cakes and much, much more, the finest delicacies the world and Lord Lurito have to offer. But let us speak more of this upon your return, unless I draw even more of Tataru's ire. Until next we meet. Let's see if anybody else shows up. Ah, darn, decided to spend your time at the markets, did you? It's Biggs and Wedge. Been a while we've seen them, actually. Kitaru! Biggs, Wedge, I take it work on the Ark proceeds apace. It does indeed. Collaborating with the greatest minds of Sharlayan and Radzahan have been a rewarding experience, and that's to say nothing of what we've learned from the Loporrits. The Ark is unlike anything we've ever had the pleasure to work on. Even Neuro was rendered speechless on more than one occasion. Can't wait for you to see it. You'll never guess who paid us a visit before we came to Sharlayan. Alpha. I think he sensed the coming danger and returned the check on us. He was always one to turn up in a time of need, and I suppose that's why he decided to join us here in Sharlayan. Good thing, too. I don't know how he does it, but he has a knack of brightening your day just by being there. Still hard to believe we have the means to send you off into the great expanse, though. To the farthest known reaches of, well, anything. I never thought I'd see such marvels, yet here I am. More often than not, you and the Scions are the catalyst that sparks the need for those great innovations. Think how much I missed out on had I not been a member of the Ironworks. An awful lot of work, to be fair, and the privilege of being worked like a cart chocobo. Yeah, there it is. There's that, too. As busy as we've been, I wish there was more we could do for you, Narn. No matter what happens, we have to keep believing for a brighter future. And one filled with even more adventure. When you head back, would you tell the engineers they'll be along shortly for refreshments? That's very kind of you, Totaro. They'll be glad to hear it. And on that note, Wedge and I should get going. Still a few more supplies to gather before we return. Terribly sorry for the wait. Right this way, if you please. That's just one aura. At least I think so. Right, I don't believe you two have been formally introduced. This is Farah Shud from Pakala Stand. Pleased to meet you. Pleasure is mine. Thanks to Mr. Shitaru, I and many of my friends have found gainful employment in this foreign land. It's only natural to feel fear in the face of calamity, and at such times we must look to one another for strength and succor. I know not whether we will come to call this place home or return to Thavnair, but we are here today and we are glad to have contributed to the cause. Contribute they did by helping make your new garments as durable as possible. We put our hearts and souls into them, and I have every confidence they'll keep you safe in the battle to come. God, so think how far we've come since our humble beginnings at the Waking Sands. From the rising stones to the falling snows, and even a certain insufferable someone's Ruby Bazaar, we were always fortunate to find friends along the way. Even when we were swept away to the first, Grahatia was there to grant you sanctuary. I'll never forget the relief I felt when you all returned to us. I thought my heart would burst. Yours has been a long, long journey, and I've been privileged to watch, often with bated breath, as you persevered time and again. For all the joy we've shared, there's been much sorrow as well, but I've long since learned that you can't have one without the other. Which is why I promised to send you off to the Sea of Stars of a Smile. And you can be certain I'll be the first one to welcome you back on your return. Alrighty, I guess we can see what we got here, I guess. I guess we have to wait for it to load up. I think Sharlayan's probably still the busiest place out of everywhere, still. In addition to your new ensemble, we have railments and weaponry for every need, so please feel free to browse our stock. Well, that's pretty nice. Got the Lightbringer. And the Hero Shield. Paladin, okay. It's kind of a bit annoying that they have it like this, honestly. It's kind of like, we've done this a little bit easier for us, to where we could just kind of shortcut it to be specific things. I don't know. I think I have everything there, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and get that stuff on. It's not a particularly noticeable sword, I guess. That's nice. We have the... I think this is like the outfit that was in the trailer, actually, now that I look at it. That's neat. Oh wait, we're missing the shield, that's right. What did I forget about that? Yeah, it's definitely a paladin set. I think it's pretty nice looking. I realize you still got lots to do before you depart, so I won't keep you any longer. I do hope you can find a moment to yourself, and that the others can as well. They said they're returning to Baldessian Annex, so I doubt they'll stay for long. If you decide to go looking for them, I suggest speak of Kryl first. I'm sure that she would have told her, they would have told her their plans. Yep, I'm happy to have played through Paladin through this entire game, just to get to the end and have that be the big, big job for the final expansion, you know? You're back, I take it you received your gift from Totaro. It was a surprise long in the making, with many long hours of fighting to get everything just right. I'm glad to see it was realized with great success. If you're looking for the others, though, they've already taken their leave. Ystola, Thancred, and Yarn J have gone to the last stand for a bite to eat. Alice and Granatia, meanwhile, thought their time would be better spent poring over books in the Numeron. As for Alphadon and Obsidian, well, they elected to pay a visit to the Levior estate, though Obsidian seemed somewhat reluctant to go. I'm sure they would all be glad for your company if you might have seek them out. Should you be feeling peckish, I suggest heading to the last stand before Ystola and the others finish eating. But above all else, it would be foolish to run headlong into battle with fatigue mass, so do remember to get a good night's sleep. That's true. So I guess we're heading to the last stand first. What's the nearest, I guess the Scholar's Harbor? See how this goes. None, come to make our trio court it, have you? Please, have a seat, and we'll see about you getting a drink.
Your business with Chitauri was finished. My, what a thoughtful surprise. Whatever would we do without her?
Indeed. And she's right, you know. It hasn't been all doom and gloom.
Feels like a lifetime ago that Master Louis Soir gathered us together to form the Circle of Knowing. Since then, we have experienced much. But rather than feeling wiser, the more I learn, the more I find my knowledge lacking.
Forsooth. As a student, vainly did I believe that I held the secrets of creation in my grasp. Yet that which I had seized was but an insignificant sliver of what awaited in the wider world. Every encounter, every experience hath served to open mine eyes, enlightening and humbling me in equal measure. Even from those whom I called enemies have I learned many a valuable lesson.
What will we learn at the edge of the universe, I wonder?
Ultima Thule, where the bringer of the end makes her nest. I, for one, can't possibly imagine. But whatever awaits us there, we will survive. We must. For her.
We'll get through this together.
Gods, it feels like only yesterday that we went on that mission to Drybone. We've both changed much since then, have we not?
We've come far together, and if we have aught to say about it, we'll go further still. Aye, we will avert this calamity and return home. In preparation for which, we must give thought to what we hope to achieve after the proverbial dust has settled.
What with the primals and Ascians all but dealt with, I suppose we'll need to look for new hobbies. In all seriousness, though. In uniting to overcome a common foe, the disparate peoples of the world have found a way forward together. It's a truly gratifying sight to see.
Indeed. Though it was many years in the making, we have successfully set in motion the gears of fundamental change. With this, we have fulfilled our humble role as a symbol of hope. And I dare say it is time to bow out. After all, there is no shortage of hands to bear the torch in our stead.
You know, I never really considered I might live long enough to see an after. But even if my time as a scion came to an end, I don't expect that much would change. Traveling the world, going wherever the wind blows, lending a hand to those in need.
A journey for journey's sake. It doth suit thee well. I must confess I too have yearned to see more of the world. If thou art amenable to the suggestion, I would accompany thee. Mine ability to affect an air of normalcy through artful disguise is much improved, thou must concede.
Aye, well, improvement is relative. You still look suspicious no matter what you wear. What of you, Ishtona? Any grand plans?
Why, continue my quest for knowledge, naturally. To begin with, I wish to know the state of the reflections, to which end I must find a means to travel between worlds. 'Tis the least I must do if I am to keep my promise. Should my pursuits prove unduly arduous, I won't hesitate to call on you. And in return, I will take you to see Reen one day. I'm sure you cannot wait to see the fine young woman she has become.
Spare me.
And what of thee? What wouldst thou pursue at duty's end?
Here's yours. My apologies for the wait.
Well, shall we make a toast? To victory.
To our comrades.
To the future of the star.
Yeah, we're getting scenes like this. It's making me uneasy. Leaving so soon, I suppose it's for the best. If you'd rather not explode the bottom of a bottle with the R&J. Dare say the others would welcome your company as well if you can find them, that is. In any case, as long as you make the most of your time, then that is all that matters. That's true. I guess we could probably go talk to LSA first. I feel like going to Levenora's stage would probably be the thing I'd want to do last. Closest one is like the Studium way up there. Studium, there we go. Yeah, let's go with that one. You know, I'm kind of curious about the moment is, what about Xenos? He seems kind of, not particularly doing anything at the moment. Wait, was that Pudding Way? I want to see what Pudding Way has to say. Naren, I've come to the Studium in order to study the ways of pudding. Alas, my creations don't jiggle as they should just yet, but I persevere. Huh. Seems like they've definitely hit the books.
Oh.
No
Knowing them, they're probably dreaming about the celestial adventures to come. Just as well. They've been running themselves ragged of late. Unlike you and the others, I'm a few steps removed from the danger and excitement. The things you all get up to never fail to impress me. But by the same token, I can't help but worry. Not only for your safety, but for your happiness. After everything you've sacrificed, you earned it 1,000 times over. From the simple pleasures of tucking into a hearty meal or collapsing into a comfortable bed, to the grand triumphs of visiting legendary lands or finding true love, you deserve all the joy in the world. There is so much that life has to offer, so much to be treasured and shared with those we hold dear. So promise me this. Come what may, you won't give up on your own happiness. When you're out there fighting tooth and nail, it's all too easy to forget. But in the end, your passions will be your greatest strength of all. Remember that.
This feels familiar. Well, 'tis good to be... wait! What am I... Gods, don't tell me I fell asleep.
Not that there's any shame in it, but you were sleeping like babies.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Not a word to anyone. Understood? Not one word.
I'm told that sleeping in proper beds of your own choosing is a much more effective way to prepare for battle.
So, what were the two of you doing here?
I had a few books to return to the library. Thought I'd take care of it while I could.
And you?
Just enjoying a little peace and quiet. Alrighty. Now to head to Leavenworth Estate. I know there's an Ethernet shard close to there.
Oh. What brings you here? Ah, so you were worried that the Levier household might again be gripped by turmoil. All is well, I assure you. In my letters home, I had made mention of Estinian, you see. My mother wished to meet the legend in person, and so we arranged to have a spot of tea together.
Where were you in my hour of need? Fell beasts I can face, but I'm not made for idle chit-chat with lords and ladies.
Well, I for one thought you held your own. Mother was the picture of delight.
I might have been delighted myself, were we in a tavern with more agreeable drink. The thought of fleeing crossed my mind, but what then? I'd never hear the end of it, least of all from Tataru.
I'm sorry. 'Twas not my intent to cause you such distress. It's just... it was one of the things I didn't want to leave undone ere we set forth. That's not to say I think we won't be returning. Yet, given what lies ahead, I did not wish to leave for later that which I could do today. After all, tomorrow is never promised.
It's fine. Not like I had better things to do. Besides, seeing you with your mother brought back fond memories of my own. Be we rich or poor, family is family. Well, it's past time we were on our way.
Wait! Since I left home, I've made a great many mistakes. Mistakes for which I can never make amends. But through it all, you didn't give up on me. To have returned here with you at my side, it means more to me than you know. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Forgive me, but it needed to be said.
I'm the one who owes you thanks. Were it not for you, I would not be alive today, nor come to terms with Nidhogg's spirit. I am ever grateful.
You were never one to forsake a friend, off and on.
No, I'm not. And I'm proud of that.
Alright. Guess now we head back to the annex. But yeah, they made sure to give us all these little scenes right before we leave, so now it's kind of like, is something gonna happen to some of these people, you know? Alright. Welcome back, Nara. Return to catch a few final winks before embarking on your mission, I presume. You'll be happy to know your chambers has been cleaned and fresh linens laid out. I pray you enjoy the sweetest dreams on this final night before the big day. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Ah, Alamigo, it's been a while since we've seen anything there.
get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. In that transcendent moment, what was it that I sought in you? And what was it that you sought in me?
I was just wondering what happens, you know, it's just a little bit ago. Seems like he's actually doing some, dare we say, self-reflection?
How often have we thus assembled? To combine our knowledge and seek solutions to the problems before us.
Back at the Waking Sands, it was all we could do to address the most minor of troubles. Who could have realized what we'd find when we began to look to the sources of the realm's woes?
At the Rising Stones, we made great strides and shared many moments. From the joyous to the sorrowful.
We've had occasion to call other places home too. Be it Ishgard or Kugane, we were fortunate to find sanctuary wherein we might take stock and continue our fight.
I was honored to host this company in the Crystarium, to stand with you all as we confronted the truth of the star itself.
And now from this place, we go to fight the most important battle of all.
The Forum has sent word. The Ark is ready. The Loporrits naturally will be commanding the vessel. They will see the 8 of you to Ultima Thule. Upon arriving, your objective is to find and vanquish Meteon. As a final formality, the Forum bade me ascertain your resolve. So, are you certain you wish to do this?
We are.
Then, ere you report to Thalmasane, I leave you with these words. You must triumph. What that means will differ for each of you. To make it back home, or to simply avert doom, or perhaps something else altogether. Yet whatever it is that drives you, I have faith in its power to see you through. So please, triumph. Triumph, as we who remain behind believe you will.
Let us be off then.
Wait! Both Kryle and I will be there to see you off, but as your receptionist, I feel I need to say this here. Safe journey, all of you, and be safe.
You too, Tataru. All right. Suppose this is where we part ways, for now at least. Would they have sage words of wisdom to share ere you part? Mayhap the teachings of Goloth Badesian will suffice. Surrendering not to the anger or hatred, he said, look beyond them and there find true strength. What one sees beyond is open to interpretation, I think, but for me it would be the things I cherish most in life. Things I believe are worth fighting for. Something to consider as you venture onto the Sea of Stars. You have to go pour, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to this next zone and then I'll probably end the video there, because it's been running for a bit now already. Guess we're going to be leaving the planet for a while. We made it! Where is he? Did not load up? Guess not.
All present and accounted for? Good. As you will have heard, the Ark is ready. All that remains is to board and be on your way.
I've seen my fair share of tight schedules, but this was bloody murder. But we did it. We finished the ship. safe, fit for purpose, and looks good to boot. Aye, it's a garland through and through.
I really don't know what we'd do without you. Thank you for everything.
Ah, don't mention it. Ever since that episode with Omega, I've been toying with the idea of starfaring vessels. And as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. We've learned a lot, let me tell you. In case you're wondering about payment, the ongoing existence of the world ought to do. But feel free to throw in a colorful recounting of your journey on your return. So, have you thought of a name?
A name? Wasn't everyone just calling it Father's teeny tiny toy boat?
Well, seeing as its purpose has changed, I thought a more eloquent name was in order. I suggested as much to Fortuno, who seemed quite amenable to the idea.
As you know, this vessel is the culmination of heretofore unprecedented collaboration. And though said collaboration is owed to the Scions, there is another whose noble deeds made our work possible. From a fragment of Dalamud, we obtained not only advanced materials such as refined adamantite, but the knowledge to traverse the stars. And this fragment would not have found its way to us had the Archon Louisois not fought to protect this world. And in so doing, laid down his life. Now that the vessel stands complete, I cannot help but wonder if it was more than mere happenstance. If it was my father's intention to guide us here. In the hopes that his guidance will see you all safely home, I name the vessel after that self-same fragment of Dalamud he delivered unto us. The starship Ragnarok.
Sorry for the wait. I got everyone you asked for, and not a one less.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, I invited them. The representatives of those tribes with religious inclinations. You've done a fine job of readying the Ragnarok, but for it to take flight, we'll of course need the power of the Mother Crystal. Given its immense size, however, transporting it would be an absolute logistical nightmare, not to mention we'd need to shatter it into tiny shards for feeding to the engines. But a brilliant idea came to me. We convert the crystal's energy into forms that can transport themselves!
Thou wouldst employ summoning, or should I say its precursor, creation magics.
Care to explain for our benefit?
As you may have witnessed at Bestway's Burrow, the Loperids are capable of creation magics, which they use to shape the moon's environment. Yet simple though they make it seem, 'tis a highly advanced and exacting art. To perform it correctly, requireth that the wielder holdeth the object in his mind's eye in clearest detail.
Hence the ancients' meticulous management of concepts.
Drawing upon this art, the Ascians conceived of summoning as we know it. A derivative that replaceth the complexity of concepts with the simplicity of zealotry to make manifest a creation.
I see. By combining the Loporrit's magics and the tribe's faith, we convert the Mother Crystal into primals of purer form and greater obedience. Summoning as it was intended, one might say.
Indeed! Indeed! While Hydaelyn gave us the ability to use creation magics, she forbade us from using it to make anything possessed of a soul, or similar. She didn't say anything about fulfilling the desires of others, though. So, borrowing our friend's faith, we'll create deities using the Mother Crystal's power and send them to the Ragnarok!
Am I the only one here concerned about the risk of being turned into a tempered minion?
Oh, right, I was getting to that. From what I've read in Sharlayan tomes, it appears the Ascians incorporated an additional nasty element into their summoning method. The fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Beings thus created are instilled with the self-same desire and use their powers to enthrall people, starting with the summoner. In contrast, our creation magics, the original and the best, except no substitutes, don't incorporate any of that rubbish, so there's no risk of tempering. I mean, if the being was on the scale of Zodiac, you might feel a little tug, but I think we'll be safe enough.
Truth be told, I do not understand the intricacies of this plan. But none of us would ever turn our backs on you. When the avatars of our faith ran amok, you intervened without decrying we who birthed them. Where others vilified and suppressed us, you offered understanding and friendship. In gratitude, we will share with you the true expressions of our gods. Not malevolent deities, but benevolent saviors.
Alright, you lot, we're heading to the ethereal sea. Stay in sight, else you're liable to get lost.
Lead the way!
May we have a moment? In anticipation of the day man might journey to the stars, we developed these.
Portable teleportation devices. One for each of you, designed to work in tandem. Press the button on one, and in a matter of moments, all 8 will activate and send their owners back to the Ragnarok. There is no telling what hazards you may encounter. If you find yourself separated or lost, please do not hesitate to use them. Be safe, all of you, and come back.
You as well. I pray you take care.
Looks like everything is in order, so I'll go ahead and board. A few of my fellows will remain to assist with the summonings, but rest assured, the vessel won't want for competent crewing.
If you are ready, then you should board as well. Go, and Godspeed.
Alright, I think it's about time we go then. Come this way, I'll direct you to the bridge. Let's go and do it.
I hope you have everything, because I can't be bothered turning back. Right then, make yourselves comfortable. We're setting off in just a moment.
It's incredible.
This is Fortuner. Can you hear me? The preparations for the summonings are complete. In accordance with the 14th phase of the plan, we have moved the Ragnarok to the launch site. The gates are open. You may depart when ready.
Are we ready?
As ready as we'll ever be. Let's get going.
Oh, come on. The burned-out star's got more fire in its belly. Try it again, with feeling.
I will command to launch. Yeah, boy.
Engage!
Engage!
Into the sky. I cannot imagine a greater indignity.
Do not sulk so, for thy mighty winds exist not only to buffet and batter. Nay, they may serve also to thrust forth with vigor. Such is thy glory, and thus it is an occasion to rejoice. So come, let us revel!
So long as the wind blows freely, I suppose all is as it should be in creation. I will render unto them a storm, that they may pierce the firmament and fly free!
in one piece? Good. Sleeping Way? Report?
All's well. Fantastic, even. Thanks to the power of those primals, the engines are roaring and we're ripping along.
All values are also within projected ranges. Time to destination is 8 carats. Perhaps 7 at a pinch.
All right, let's go over some points of caution. Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch of emptiness. That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteon, she's likely used dynamis to obfuscate her location.
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's there when we get there.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any. But everything will be fine, I'm sure. Heidelin believes in you, so you ought to believe in yourselves. Just don't do anything I wouldn't, like waiting too long to use those portable teleporters of yours. Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits, and you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive and the vessel will shake a good bit.
What is this? Something is interfering with the equipment.
Greetings. Greetings. Can you hear me?
Meteon.
So this is Meteon.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters? I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Atheris. Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We didn't ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it, is inevitably lost. Stolen away by events beyond your control. There is no logic nor meaning in it. You think there is. Convince yourselves. But it's all a cruel accident. Come now. I speak the truth. A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness. Cold, dark, and silent. Your world, like every other, is but a blemish upon its perfect fabric. Life is an anomaly. It is unnatural and cannot continue. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be.
Just to be clear, we're not here to argue with you. We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Indeed. I've seen far more sorrow in the eyes of many I've met. I myself have plenty of regrets. And one day they'll die with me. Gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
But we accept this. That our existence may seem pointless. That sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydaelyn guided us here. In her boundless love for mankind, she has prepared us for this trial, and in her name, we have come for you.
Yes, I sense it. A burning passion like unto fury. I know it well. For the same passion once burned in many a star before yours. Suffocated and extinguished now. You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end, where those who yet valiantly cling to life cannot thrive.
By the Fury.
Thancred?
Meteion has gone as well. Mayhap he awakened first and gave chase.
Everyone? It appears we are at our destination. This is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this. From atmospheric composition to ambient temperatures, all reading to within permissible range. This place is capable of supporting life.
If that's the case, then Thancred may well have gone on ahead. Let's go and have a look. Meanwhile, I want the rest of you to perform a full inspection of the ship, as well as a biological scan.
Curious as where Thancred went.
So it was that the brave wayfarers arrived at last at Dream's End. In following their path walked and history written, I am made keenly aware of one truth. Though the curtains may fall again and again, So long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell. So, let them bring it to a close, I say. Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
Is this a dead star?
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. The environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring the area. The ship we leave in your care.
Alright, we did it. We made it to Ultima Thule. And looks like there's a robot running around. I think that might be another player, actually. But yeah, we made it to the final zone of the game. And I don't think we have too much more to go after this, but I'm pretty sure we probably have Ethan Currents, right? Oh yes, we have Ethan Currents. Of course. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pick this up next time. And we will continue on then. So see you then.